Good morning, everybody, from Patricia in New Brunswick, Canada. And just stopping for the day. I get up this morning and had my bowl of Cheerios. Didn't sleep well last night, so I got up at 9:30 this morning. Had my bowl of cereal and my study of my Bible. Lessons that we're doing at a Bible, ladies, only 4 ladies doing this. But anyway, it takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to get through the lessons that I have to do. And there's 5 of them. So from Monday to Friday, we're supposed to do them. Anyway, that is completed. I moved out my stove. Now, in my stove, I could see that there had been a lot of crumbs and stuff down inside there. And I believe when we purchased it almost 2 years ago, it had been cleaned well, but it wasn't. And that's what took us a day or two to try to get in, because he had hired somebody to clean the place. He was a young fella, and they didn't do the best job in the world, but it was clean enough for us to move into. And the rest we did after. But today, I just needed to get that cleaned out and scrub my floor. Well, I've got most of my kitchen floor done, and just my trail back. As you see, I just made myself a hot drink. So I thought, okay, I could turn on my YouTube and watch Israel, see what's going on there, and see what else is going on in around the world. Anyway, I'm going to ask you a question, and this might be gross, but I have a sinus problem, and every morning I have allergies, and I was taking an allergy needle probably about 15 years until this one time I took it and I had a reaction. Now, I had never had a reaction before, and I knew something was going on, because 20 minutes late, usually you stay 20 minutes, but in 15 years I had never had a problem. And now I see why you should stay. My husband was off to do something while I was sitting in the car, and I was waiting for him to come back, and my throat started closing off a bit, and I knew I was having a harder time, just starting to have a harder time to breathe, and I just felt it swelling. And because I'm so stunned, I called my doctor's office. I thought I should call them. I just came from there. And tell him how I feel, but he might think, no, you're okay. So anyway, I called, and it rang a couple times, so I hung up, because I was afraid I was wrong. There wasn't nothing wrong. It was just me. And this has probably been 5 years ago. So anyway, I called back to my doctor's office again once my husband got in the car, and I told him what I was feeling, how I was feeling, and the doctor told me to get right to the hospital. Well, then I went to the hospital, because we weren't that far away, 5-7 minutes, and I was there the whole, quite a while. They had to give me epinephrine a couple of times, and if you've ever had epinephrine put in your veins, it automatically just makes your heart beat fast, and for whatever reason, but it does that. Maybe gets the blood, I don't know, the blood pumping or something more efficiently for the moment while you're going through this allergic reaction. And anyway, after a while, it seemed to subside. Now, there is another thing I've had over the years, just to, as I think here, over the years, probably back in the 75, when I was in my early 20s, I started breaking out, not my face, not my legs, just the trunk of my body, in blotches, looked like blood blotches all over. And so I went to my family doctor to see what was going on because it wasn't doing anything. I was having all these blood blotches, and it was summer. And of course, I like to put my shorts on and do things and be outside. Well, of course, it wouldn't show there too much unless I had a tank top on. And I never wore those little tiny tops that you see your belly or stuff like that. Just wasn't me. And anyway, so I went to my doctor, and he thought my blood vessels were bursting because that's what it looked like. So I had previously a couple of surgeries at that time when I found out I had cancer. So first time they removed part, and then they had it tested at 5 different places, and then they told me, yes, you have to have another surgery to remove the rest. And so there was every doctor there imaginable. My gynecologist, just so many doctors I had never seen before. I was a specimen to be looked at. And anyway, finally, they came down to the conclusion, even though I didn't have some of the symptoms, I had pityriasis rosea. Now, I was pitying myself because I had had a hysterectomy at an early age of 21 because of cancer. But that's probably not why it was called that, and I was having a hard time with that because I wanted children. And thankfully, the Lord, a few years later, through adoption, we had children. But I'll have to look that up. Have you ever had pityriasis rosea? Anyway, I say to the doctors, nothing would surprise me. When I have something, I don't know anybody else that's had it, but moi, I have. I'm just such a unique creature, aren't I? Anyway, here I am. I should have a drink of my, this is a mushroom coffee from Oregano. I buy mushroom coffee all on its own. It's got 7 different other mushrooms in it. And I do it that for my pain in my feet, and it seems to help. And they say it's good for your cognitive and things like that. And where I've had Alzheimer's, my dad's father, my mom's mom had them really bad, Alzheimer's. Well, I'm a great candidate for that. So I am drinking mushroom coffee. Bless those who make this for people like me. Anyway, good morning. I think it's noon here. Just turned 12:09. Now, where are you and what time is it? This is Grandma. I'm a mom, a grandma, a wife, a sister, an auntie, I said grandmother, great grandmother, and friend. Anyway, I just wanted to touch with you this morning. I worked hard yesterday, so I didn't put anything on yesterday. I was kind of frustrated because my husband works all the time, and this is the first time he's just let me go and try to get that garden going. Well, the only one that's going to get that going is the Lord. And surprise me if those seeds come up, because there's some places where I don't see anything, and I don't have everything in there that I wanted. So next year maybe I'll kind of be more organized. And I can't do it all, so hopefully next year we'll just have not much to put in it other than Miracle Grow or something and mix it in with the other soil. And maybe a bit more sheep manure, something like that. But not a lot. I'm not going to do a lot of work next year other than plant. and maybe pull the garden beds a little bit apart because some of them are too close, and it's 4 feet wide and I'm only 4 foot 10. 10 and a half. Uh, when I was in grade 9, I was 9 and a half. Just a short little girl. And I don't think I got it to be any more if I got to 5 feet. My great nanny on my mom's father's side was very short, and she was from England. And her husband was from England as well, and they came to Canada as home children. Bless their hearts. And half of the family in my grandfather's side did. Her husband had passed away, and she let about five other children go to the home where they were sent by boats to Australia, Canada, and possibly the US, and maybe other regions. I don't know. But that was the Newman clan, Newman. And then my dad's father's family, his ancestors came from England as well, and possibly were Vikings, probably in other countries. And that's what I'm reading on my ancestry. Doesn't matter today, right? But anyway, the trees are blowing beautifully, and they're beautiful and green. And it's been a quiet week for me. I think I went out to Tim Hortons one day, and I was going to get a hold of a friend. She was there with another friend. Shame on her for not calling and inviting me. But anyway, that's okay. I was probably doing my study. Like I said, it takes me a while to get it done. Now, Zane is off painting today. He has a oil change for his car at 3:30, so that's like another 40-minute drive back to here. Then he's going probably another 60-minute drive to do some lawn work for an elderly couple, maybe two elderly couples, and then he'll be home, and this will be our weekend. So let's see what tomorrow may bring. I want to go to outside of St. John. There's a place called Ossie's, Ossies, and it is in Bethel, New Brunswick. Take a look at it. Take a look at the menu. We go down and get the large seafood platter, and we share that. When we first went down a few years back, I would get a platter, he would get a platter. Now I wouldn't eat the shrimp. Last year I tried. I had 2 pieces, I believe, and they were okay. Just the thoughts of eating it was same as clams. For a long while I couldn't eat a clam. Now I just have to do it. Mussels I just started to do a few years ago, and anyway, they're good in chowders and stuff like that. But anyway, that's someplace I do want to go this summer, Lord willing, and maybe stay at a hotel down there for a day or two, and then maybe go to St. Andrews for a day just to walk around the Bay of Fundy. And I'd love to go to PEI. Has anybody been to PEI in Canada? It's a beautiful island. Small, expensive, but it's been someplace we've gone. I think since the year after we were married, we spent our first anniversary there, I believe, maybe second. And we went about 15, 16 years after that, until our youngest was probably 13, 14, and then we stopped because their interest changes, right? So anyway, it is a blessed day here, and I'm thankful to have you in my lives. For those who comment, thank you. For those who are so kind, thank you. For those who ask for prayer, you can ask for prayer anytime. You can share privately with me if you'd like. I will get back to you privately. All I know is that God is good. Even in my hard times, God is good. when I look back at all the times that I was afraid, I see how God brought me through those times. And at another one of these times, I'm going to share. I don't believe I've shared yet one of the times when I was really worried about what was going to take place to me. And as a teenager, and as being gullible and stupid, who I thought were friends. But anyway, that's for another day. Lord bless you and keep you, and hope to see that you have subscribed, that you have liked my video, and that you will share it. Have a great day. Bye for now.